What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode with AB Investments. May the Lord be raining down His blessings on me and you, yet with another beginning of another week in this life, and in this movement also. So far, this movement have taken its own life, but that's to be expected. That's why I broke down to you guys the phase one, phase two, phase three yesterday. And phase three, as I told you before, was by far the longest phase. That is the phase. That's the battle, and they know they have lost the battle. Like even in phase two, they had doubts. Kind of like going into a fight, and if you already doubt yourself, you already lost. You already lost before even going to the fight. Same thing. These guys already came in knowing that they were going to lose. However, they had to try it. They couldn't just let things go and do what they had to do back then in January of 2021. It was just that's just not how they were gonna let it, ride out. So anywho, and actually, by the way, that's good that didn't happen. In a way, you'll see, because one, it paved the way for so many more retails to jump in and also catch their fair share of this. Two, they also gave us the chance to possibly go ahead and also accumulate more and add in more to our positions. And again, I'm not giving any advice whether to go buy a certain stock or to sell a stock or whatnot, but I'm just breaking down what was happening in the AMC movement. So if you're not in AMC or GME, or any of the meme stocks, then this will probably not be very, very beneficial for you, because this is just me basically narrating to you how it was happening, what happened, how it's gonna go down, what is happening right now, and how it ultimately is gonna go down. And after all, it's all my opinion and my speculation. So without further ado, phase three ended with them on Friday, I believe, this last Friday. And I think that it ended in a way that was very catastrophic for them, because I don't think they were able to get into anybody or anything. The phase four now, which is what we're here for to talk about in this episode, is not necessarily a very long phase or a short phase. This is the time where now they are already transitioning into the next thing, while we are getting ready to take the keys to the gate to the city and enjoy the spoils. Now here's the thing. Right now becomes more of the manipulation from a different aspect. What kind of aspect? Well, a few different ones, because phase four is very it's a little diabolical, but on a smaller level. Phase three was the most important phase, and we passed it. That's why I say congratulations and all that, which is stick out the war, battle, and win it. Now that we won it, now on that side, the game of devaluating your expectations truly begins. They had a little bit of it in this past year and a half or so, or even a little bit more, depending on when you bought in. However, now begins the game of devaluating at its finest, because they know they're paying up. So might as well, if I know, think of it like this. If I'm taking people out and I don't really want to take them out, I hate these people, but I'm forced to take them out to eat, I'm taking them to McDonald's. I do not want to take them to Jeff Ruby's or a steakhouse or whatnot, and shell out thousands of dollars on them. And this is on a personal level. So think of it like this. These guys clearly don't like us, hate us. In fact, if they had it their way, they will have us all burned to death. And I know that's a little exotic, but that's the truth of the matter, because they don't want us to have what we have against them, but they did want our money. This is why people feel like the world could be a much better place, because the people that are on top are the people that are caving and carving a place for themselves at that table up there, um, in an illegal and in a very harmful way, by climbing over the backs of the innocent and many people who just basically want to live life. Anyhow, now they're going to devaluate your stock. You're going to start hearing a lot more. Not like before, no, a lot more. You're going to start hearing why. And watch, you fact check me when this happens. Why is AMC, you're going to see articles like this, why AMC is primed to go to contest its previous all-time high, basically saying 70, 74, you know? They want to automatically now get into your psychological, you know, effects, and try to get you to paper hand yourself. And here's the thing, to them, while they were waiting for this year and a half, 2 years, manipulating us and everything, they've been making money left and right elsewhere. Yeah, they've been losing a lot on their overall positions, but they already had a whole year, which was 2021, of just holding in profits and money, and, like, you know, just stealing and collecting and doing everything. We all remember how 2021 was. Everything went up like it was the great economy boom. So they're gonna continue to devaluate the stock right now for a very short period of time. Like, basically think on it like this: they're gonna let you marinate on these things right now, let people fight each other, let funny content creators come out with some stupid thoughts as far as, oh, buyback, dividends, and all this stuff, without understanding the bylaws and the rules of the game and the company. AMC will not be doing no stock split. They will not be doing any of that stuff, to the best of my knowledge. I'll tell you about that way. But we'll see. Time will tell. But people run out of content and things to talk about, so therefore, you know, it's kind of like throwing a fish net, and instead of throwing a fishing rod, you're just throwing a fish net, and you're just catching whatever comes that way, you know, hoping it's one fish at least. And that's the thing. I don't approve of this. I don't like this, because that's harming the community itself, or overall. So now is the time for the other side to, one, get a head start on the next phase. In my opinion, it's the crypto world, crypto realm. I've said a billion times before, Citadel, Virtue, and many of these, almost all these brokers that we're in and talking about, and, you know, we do business with on a daily basis. And don't forget when they went public, just so that they could have a Citadel Securities, so just so they could have, what was it, like 1.3 or 3% of their company being purchased by those two companies from Silicon Valley, because they are all about crypto. This was last year. They've been working on their crypto market making system, and that's what they're getting ready for. Now for them, in this time, in phase 4, is to get that bill across, get the lawmakers to vote on it, get the SEC to approve it, saying that, oh yeah, we need help. Because right now, watch my words, who was the only YouTuber that said that Bitcoin's resistance was 22,500, and that was over a month ago. This guy right here, the only person. Go find somebody that said it over a month ago. And just like 4 or 5 days ago, Cathie Woods from ARK Investments came out and said she's afraid that apparently with some experts giving her, you know, and her mind and some of the experts she knows, they're afraid that the new resistance for Bitcoin is 22,500 to the penny. And in my mind, I'm like, well, you experts and Cathie Wood and ARK Investments and all, you should have came to AB Investments like a month and a half ago, a week ago, and heard me then. They're gonna basically, in this phase 4, they're gonna be dragging things out for you, to let you marinate on the idea and pushing the narrative of don't be the next bag holder. They're gonna be pushing that like crazy. Fact check me when that happens, and you're gonna start seeing it beginning sometime this week. You'll see. And you're gonna hear many other content creators coming out with some wild imaginations before the pounce talk and whatever, about what could it be. Don't dive too much. My advice is like, don't dive too much into any of that stuff. You had your conviction for over a year, depending on when you got into this play, and just pay attention to the numbers and the facts of the things that are unraveling right in front of you. That's all really you need to pay attention to. While they're implementing their system and waiting on the green light from the lawmakers to go ahead and put the final touch on a bow tie on crypto realm and become the market makers there, they're gonna be doing some wild stuff with crypto. Like, you're gonna start hearing, we already have heard a few hacks and people stealing their losing 50 billion and wallets transfer money and all this stuff. To them, they need to make it seem like they need a scenario, like a plot. They need a story to make it seem, even to the general public, not just to the lawmakers, like, yeah, this is justified. We need market maker there, and it has to be Citadel because they already have the system up and running. I mean, they spent billions of dollars on this stuff, guys. So I'm not saying I have a crystal ball. I can't see in the future, but I'll tell you this. That's what you're going to see them doing. They're going to make the story to make it believable, as in, yeah, we need to do this. We need to bring this. And because, look, they're getting robbed every day. We need to centralize it. We can't have it as being decentralized. We need to get it. We need to get it. We need to pay attention to it. And while that's happening, and that gets going, we're already in our. They're letting us marinate over the ideas of how to value your stock. You're gonna hear articles and people say, "Why don't you sell at the new all-time high or at the all-time high, and then buy back when it dips again?" Remember June 2021? Don't say that no one told you so. So if you fall victim to any of this stuff, don't say no one told you so. Phase 5 will be the coolest phase, or the best phase that you would probably ever hear. And like I said, phase 3 was the longest phase, and that's my opinion. Anybody else out there that is saying AMC end of 2023 or end of 20 or mid 2024 or whatnot, honestly, with all due respect, I don't think you know what you're talking about exactly. You're just connecting things to regulations. And my core has been always telling you guys not to follow these regulation things like a deer in headlights. Like, oh, okay, so we need this. We need the NSCC 2021-10. We need the CAT system. We need. I'm one of the only few people that was telling everybody, go back in my videos and fact check me. We don't need none of this. The only thing we needed was to pass the ATS regulation. And you could go back and fact check me as well on that regulation, so that these dark pools can be freaking regulated. And that is still on the register with nothing done to it. And it was the comments for it came back on April 18th. Then it was reopened and was supposed to be due by June, 16th or 18th. And we're here, and we still didn't see any of that. At the end of the day, excuse me, at the end of the day, that was the most important thing, in my opinion, was regulating the dark pools and have it go with the same regulations, as in, like, what works as far as execution and everything with the NASDAQ and all the other open markets. Don't follow these things, guys. Like, you can't get somebody to provide the news to their own hanging, to their own death. They're not going to do that. Why would they put, like, why would they take a shotgun and just, like, shoot themselves in the face with it? Don't get me wrong, eventually it's going to happen, but not willingly. So why would they go out and start implementing things that they know will bring their end of their about? Much love to you guys. Sorry for the longer episodes, but you gotta hear it all like this. I might have left some things out, and I'll come back and probably edit and add some more things later or something. But with all that being said, enjoy this rise that we're having right now. May the Lord continue to rain down his blessings on all of us, as I said. And much love, AB Investments.